Have you ever felt like something invisible is about to happen? Something you can't name, but it pulses in the air around you? What if I told you that this feeling has a name, a date, a sign, and it's called Scorpio? December is not a common month for those who carry this energy. It's a portal, a watershed, and this time, he didn't just come to transform. He came to reveal what was hidden. Scorpio is not just a sign of the zodiac. It is the seal that keeps ancient secrets, deep pains, and missions that not everyone is ready to live. But now, something has changed. This month's energy turned a key that no one can ignore anymore. And anyone who feels this knows. The change has already begun. You can no longer escape the call. You can no longer pretend that the signs aren't there. Strange dreams, repeating coincidences, unexplained internal pressures. Everything points to the same place. The Scorpio soul is being activated. And if you are a Scorpio, or carry this energy in your life, know that this video came to you for a greater reason. It wasn't chance. December brings a secret that needs to be revealed, and it starts from within. It's time to face your essence, your pain, your strength, and understand why the universe chose you for this moment. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm going to reveal now may explain a lot of what you've been feeling the last few days, even what you thought no one would understand. If, at any point this month, you felt like you were being pulled into yourself, as if a greater force was inviting you to be reborn, comment now. I feel this change. Your experience matters. Your voice is part of this collective revelation. When you share what you feel, you activate not only your own journey, but you also ignite the journey of others who are going through the same process, even if in silence. This video is more than astrological information. It is a spiritual mirror, a reminder that Scorpio did not come into the world to live on the surface, but to die symbolically and emerge stronger. And this energy, now in December, is calling you to cross this passage with awareness. So, leave a like if this content has already started to touch some hidden part of you. This simple action helps YouTube deliver this video to more people who need this message now. And if you are not registered yet, sign up, because the next few days will bring even deeper revelations about what December has in store for your spiritually chosen signs, and you'll want to be here when it all starts to fall into place. This channel is a portal for those who feel that life has something bigger behind it. And if this message reached you, maybe it's because you're ready to see what few can see. Have you ever felt that something very big is about to happen to you, and that the universe has been trying to warn you, but not always clearly? As if everything around you is aligning for a change that you can't see, but feel in your bones, in your soul, in the silence of your loneliest dawns. What if that calling you've been ignoring for so long is no longer possible to postpone? There's something about December, especially for those who carry Scorpio energy, that screams, even if it whispers, that presses, even if it seems like just a mild discomfort. A feeling that some part of you needs to die so that something greater can be born. And if you're watching this now, maybe you've already noticed that the dreams are more vivid, that the cycles are closing with a strange speed, that people are walking away without explanation, that things that used to make sense have completely lost their luster. And as much as it scares you, part of you, that quieter, more intuitive part, has already understood that this emptying is not the end. It's just the beginning. Because Scorpio cannot resist change. He is change itself. But this time, the transformation is too profound to ignore and too subtle to rationalize. December arrived like a tide that doesn't ask if you're ready. She just takes you. This month's energy did not come smoothly. She came with purpose. And if you are experiencing moments of inner restlessness, know, this is no coincidence. The universe speaks through signs. And Scorpio is one of the signs most sensitive to these invisible languages. Maybe you've noticed that certain words give you goosebumps, that you have been looking at the clock and seeing the same time over and over again, that you have had strong sensations around certain people or in certain places, as if something was trying to alert you, guide you, push you out of a cocoon that has become too small. All of this is happening because your energy is being called upon. And it's not just any summons, it is a spiritual activation. Scorpios, and everyone under their influence, have been preparing for this moment for years. They were cut those by pain, tested in silence, challenged by losses, and taught by the invisible. Now, December activates a code that was dormant, and whoever feels this call will begin to realize that nothing they experienced was by chance. The loneliness, the fear, the internal confrontations, they were all stages of a deep spiritual training. Scorpio is the sign of symbolic death, but what few people understand is that this death is not failure, it's liberation. And this is where most people get lost, trying to resist the change they were born to experience, trying to maintain masks, cycles, stories that no longer have a soul. But December will reveal what you pretended not to see. It will forcefully remove everything that no longer serves. Relationships that do not vibrate in their truth. Projects that were born just to please others. Roles that you play to be accepted but that no longer support the weight of the lie. All of this starts to fall apart. And as much as it hurts, it is a gift. A gift disguised as chaos. You can even try to stick to what you know, but Scorpio doesn't allow stagnation for long. Life always has a way of breaking the shell. And the question now is, are you ready to cross this portal? Because it has already been opened. And those who ignore this internal movement can feel the effects more intensely. Emotional crises for no apparent reason. A feeling of emptiness. Spiritual disconnection. Deep discouragement. All of this is the soul trying to show that the time of truth has arrived. And only those who delve into themselves with courage will be able to understand the real purpose behind all this turbulence. What few know is that Scorpio carries an ancient spiritual mark. He did not come to live an ordinary existence. He came to touch the hidden, to feel what others ignore, to transform what no one wants to look at. And this mission is demanding. Charge depth, demand silence, find the courage to break with inherited patterns, with old ideas, with comfort zones that disguise themselves as security. So, if you've been feeling like everything is out of place, maybe it's because your real place was never where you were. Maybe you were just occupying a space built by other people's expectations. And now, finally, the time has come to return to yourself. The month of December is the culmination of this return. This is when the Scorpio soul finds itself in front of the mirror of truth and needs to make a choice. Continue sleeping, comfortable in what is shallow, or awaken to the depth that has always called within. And this awakening does not happen with noise. He is silent. It comes like a snap, an intuition, a certainty that can no longer be ignored. And whoever hears this call needs to have courage, because it's not an easy path, but it's the only one where the soul feels truly alive. You may think you are alone in this process, but the truth is that many are feeling the same. The difference is that few have the courage to talk about it. Few can translate what it is like to experience such an intense internal transformation, while the world seems to go on automatically. But on this channel, you have a safe space, a place where your journey is understood, where your pain has a voice, where spirituality is treated with the depth it deserves. And that's why I'm here, to translate what you may have only felt until now, and put into words what your soul already knew, but still couldn't explain. And that's exactly why you need to stay until the end, because what I'm about to reveal will deepen everything you've already started to feel. It will bring clarity. It will activate dormant codes. It will turn on lights in places that seemed too dark. But before continuing, I want to ask you something important. If this content has already touched any part of you, even if in a subtle way, comment below. I feel this change. Write in the comments what you have been experiencing in the last few days. Maybe you think it's little, but your sharing could be the sign that someone else needs to see today. And if you haven't left your like yet, now is the time. It is with him that this message reaches more people who need to hear exactly that. And of course, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. This journey is just beginning, and the next video could bring the revelation that connects everything you've been feeling. Scorpio does not walk alone, and if you felt this vibration, it is because you are part of this calling. In the next few minutes, we'll dive even deeper into the secret that December holds, and what it has in store for those ready to be reborn. If you've made it this far, and are feeling like you're going through something invisible but real, it's because this message was meant for you. Nothing that is happening in your life right now is by chance, and it doesn't matter if you can explain it or not. What matters is that you feel it. You know, Scorpio carries the archetype of transformation, regeneration, and emotional depth that few can bear to face. And when December arrives with this intense and prophetic energy, everything within the Scorpio, or those who are touched by this vibration, begins to reorder itself internally, even if the outside world still seems the same. Maybe you've noticed that you're more introspective, or that you are reviewing people, situations, feelings that seemed overcome, but came back with full force. This happens because the universe is showing you what still needs to be healed before the next stage. Scorpio is the sign of the underworld, yes, but not as something negative. It represents diving into the shadow, into the unconscious, into what no one wants to look at. And for this reason, in moments like now, when the Scorpio vibration intensifies, many people begin to come into contact with dense but also deeply liberating emotions. It is common during this period to have a desire to isolate oneself, to rethink everything, from silencing external noises to finally hearing what's coming from within. It is in this silence that the signs appear most clearly. It's the vivid dreams that seem more real than day. It's the repeated coincidences that make you stop and think, this isn't just chance. These are the feelings that you previously ignored but which are now more intense, more urgent, more frequent. December opens this portal precisely because it is the end of an astrological cycle. But for Scorpio, it is more than a closing. It is a call to be reborn on a new, vibrational level. This change is not superficial. It's not a job change or a simple turning of the page. She is internal. It is a spiritual transmutation, a symbolic death that, for Scorpio, represents the purest process of evolution. And even if you are not a Scorpio with the sun, if you have this strong sign in your chart, on the moon, on the ascendant, or even in spiritual points like the 8th house, you are being affected. The Scorpio soul, when activated, feels that it needs to let go of everything that is artificial. She wants truth. She wants intensity. She rejects the lukewarm. And that can be scary, because it means losing things that still seemed safe. But when you understand that you are being led to something much greater, you begin to trust the process. How many times have you sabotaged yourself for fear of losing something that, deep down, no longer made sense? How many times have you tried to maintain an image, a relationship, a path that clearly did not resonate with your essence? Now, in December, the universe is no longer giving you the option to pretend. He's pushing you in, to see clearly, to face your own mirrors. And yes, it can hurt. It can be confusing. But this is exactly how the Scorpio rebirth begins, at the bottom of the spiritual well, where only faith and intuition can guide you. You will notice that some masks will start to fall off, including yours. You will realize that what used to fill you now empties you, that people who seem to be everything in your life suddenly begin to distance themselves as if an invisible force was separating what is true from what is illusion. This force is not against you. She is preparing you, and the more you resist, the more intense the process will be. Scorpio doesn't ask for permission to transform, it transforms. And when December activates this collective power, the entire spiritual world begins to whisper changes. Just pay attention, and don't think this is all about pain. Scorpio is also the sign of deep healing. When you accept this journey, you begin to realize that behind every loss there is an invisible gain, that each end brings a new beginning with more truth, that everything that seemed to destroy you in fact polished you. And that's exactly why this phase is so sacred. There is no way to escape change, but you can choose whether to go through it with your eyes open or with fear. You can decide whether you will resist or whether you will trust that the universe is aligning your life with a greater purpose. And if you're asking yourself, but how do I know if this is real? Pay attention to your body, in your heart, on the signs. Have you been feeling chills in quiet moments? Have you been having dreams about symbols, about animals, about places you don't even know? Have you been remembering old pains as if you needed to relive them? These are spiritual signs, and Scorpio understands these languages because your soul carries a mystical radar that captures vibrations that no one else notices. And this sensitivity, which for so many years was a reason for judgment or confusion, is now your compass. Use it. Listen to her. Honor her. Because the more you trust this sensitivity, the clearer the path will be. You don't need to have all the answers now. You just have to be willing to follow, even if you don't see the final destination. Spirituality works like this. First it messes up, then it aligns, And what's being messed up in your life right now is exactly what needs to be released so the truth can come through. Air form. So, don't blame yourself for the emotions that have come to the surface. Don't judge yourself for feeling too much. You are simply responding to a spiritual call that few can understand. Scorpio doesn't live to please. He lives to evolve. And when this evolution is activated, like now, in December, it comes to liberate. It doesn't matter how long you've spent denying who you really are. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried to fit into patterns that suffocate your soul. From here, you can't go back to the way things were, because you've already felt it. You've seen it. You already understand. And now, the only possible direction is forward, even if that means walking in the dark for a while. But Scorpio's dark is not the absence of light. It's where the soul prepares to shine. And it is at this moment that I want to open a special space for you to recognize yourself. Not in a hurry, not out of obligation, but for real. Take a deep breath now. Allow yourself to feel what this message awakened in you, because only you know what is happening inside your heart right now. And if this message made sense, if something touched you, if some part of you was moved, if you saw yourself in these words, I want to invite you to write here in the comments, I feel like something is changing. And if you are a Scorpio, or have this strong sign in your chart, comment with, let's show that this energy is being felt by all of us, that the calling is real, that the spiritual community is awakened, and no one is alone in this process. Your comment is more than a gesture. It is an energetic confirmation. It's like sealing a contract with your own essence. And besides, when you write, you help other people to see themselves, to feel welcomed, to realize that they are not the only ones going through this type of change. And this is what creates a powerful spiritual current. This is what strengthens the collective mission of those who carry Scorpio energy in their hearts. Also, leave a like if this message resonated with you. This simple gesture helps YouTube understand that this content is important and deliver it to others who need to hear exactly this right now. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, sign up, because this journey is just beginning. And in the next videos, we will reveal what is still hidden, not just about Scorpio, but about all the signs that have been marked with a spiritual mission in this new era. The next part will open an even deeper portal, and you will understand why December is not just a month. It's a code, a calling, an awakening. So breathe and prepare, because what comes now will touch parts of you that you didn't even know existed yet. If you are still here, feeling this invisible field that has opened up as I take you through this journey, know that it is not by chance. There are forces in motion right now, and if you're listening to these words, you're probably already feeling it in your skin, in your soul, in the silence of your thoughts. December for Scorpio has never been just another month on the calendar. It's as if there is a rift between the worlds opening up, a spiritual breach that activates ancient codes, that releases hidden memories, that reveals what has been hidden for so long. There is a deep calling echoing within those who carry Scorpio energy, and that calling is louder now, sharper, more urgent. It's as if the universe is whispering, now is the time. And this whisper, even soft, carries the strength of thunder within whoever feels it. There's no more pretending you're not listening. There is no longer any way to remain asleep. Scorpio's soul, which has already gone through so many symbolic deaths, which has already carried deep silences, is now being pulled to the surface with an almost supernatural intensity, as if something much greater had broken a spiritual seal that had kept certain truths hidden until then. But now nothing can be denied anymore. Nothing can be postponed any longer. Nothing can be kept under control anymore. This force is not coming to punish you. She comes to set you free. But freedom, for Scorpio, never comes without something needing to be left behind. That's why many are feeling this discomfort. Old pains returning, relationships shaking, certainties crumbling, identities falling apart. This is all part of the calling, a spiritual, profound and non-transferable calling that can no longer be ignored. He does not arrive through loud voices, but rather in detail. The feeling that you need to change everything, even if no one else understands why. In the intuition that intensifies. In the desire to silence the world to hear something that only you feel. Scorpio is the guardian of the spiritual secrets of the zodiac. It carries in its energy the power of death and rebirth. But few understand the weight and responsibility of this. This sign did not come to live on the surface, not born to accept ready-made explanations. He needs to understand why. He needs to go deep, to the root. And now, in this December charged with mystery and destiny, everything within the Scorpio soul is being called to manifest, as if a long-dormant mission was awakening and asking for passage. Do you feel this? The feeling that the time has come to stop being who they expected you to be and finally be who you really are? That's not crazy. That's the calling. And it's not coming from outside. It's coming from within. It's as if every cell in your body is reacting to the invisible frequency of inevitable change. You can even try to rationalize it, but the truth is that this transformation does not come from the mind. It comes from the soul, and the Scorpio soul knows that, before flourishing, it is necessary to dive into the depths, face the shadows, face the demons, and only then ascend. Many are afraid of this journey, and with good reason, because it demands that you let go of everything, let go of control, who strips away the illusions he built to survive. But it is in this nakedness that the truth appears. It is in this dive that healing happens. December opens this path. He doesn't ask if you're ready. He simply invites. And if you accept it, you will see that there is something waiting on the other side that is greater than anything you imagined. A new cycle, a new identity, a new spiritual mission. And here is the point where everything changes. This calling is not collective. He is individual. Even though many are feeling it, the answer can only come from within you. Only you can choose to cross. Only you can accept letting go of what needs to be left. Only you can say, I accept the transformation, because that is the true power of Scorpio. The power to undo yourself, to be reborn more whole, from losing everything to finding yourself, of dying to what was false and living what is eternal. And maybe that's why so many things are falling out of place now. Maybe that's why you're feeling more sensitive, more exposed, more emotional. Maybe that's why certain people are moving away, while others appear out of nowhere bringing messages, signs, reflections. When that portal opens, everything around you responds. Reality begins to test you. And with each test, each challenge, you are being spiritually tuned for something greater. The universe is not against you. He is forging you. Don't ignore the signs. They are everywhere. In the music that plays when you need an answer most. In the butterfly that crosses your path on a day of difficult decision. In the shiver that comes out of nowhere while you think about something important. In the repeated number that appears on the clock, on the sign, in the value. These codes are no coincidence. They are confirmation. They are reminders that you are being guided. And Scorpio feels this like no other sign. You may even try to deny it, but a part of you already knows that all of this has a much greater purpose. And that's what December is activating. The recognition of that purpose. Acceptance of the mission. Preparation for a new spiritual role. You are no longer who you were at the beginning of the year, and it certainly won't be the same person when this month ends. Something inside you is breaking, and at the same time something new is forming, like an invisible rebirth, but so strong that it already changes the way you see everything around you. The colors look different, the voices sound different, the sensations intensify. It's as if a new consciousness is taking place, and it changes everything. Those who understand this process, who honor this calling, will find themselves being thrust into the forefront of a new spiritual age, an era where internal truth is worth more than any external approval, where sensitivity is a strength, not a weakness, where intuition is the compass, where the invisible begins to dictate the visible. And Scorpio was chosen to guide this journey, to show that it is possible to be reborn from one's own ashes, to prove that pain is also sacred when it pushes you in the direction of your mission. And if you're here, feeling all of this, you're already on the path. Maybe you still don't know exactly where it's going. Maybe I'm still afraid, but you don't need to understand everything now. You just need to keep going. Keep listening to yourself. Continue respecting yourself. Continue opening up to what wants to be born within you. Because right now, as you listen to these words, your soul is being reorganized. Your certainties are being reevaluated, and everything that no longer matches your essence is being invited to leave. And that's why I want you to stop for a second and feel. Feel what is alive within you now. Feel what pulses even without a name. Feel what attracts you, even if you don't understand it yet. And if something touched you, if any part of you recognized yourself here, I want you to write in the comments, I accept the transformation. Also write M if you are already feeling the signs. Write down whether this calling is happening within you. Share your experience. Tell us what has changed in your life. It could be a sentence, a feeling, an outburst. And if you carry Scorpio energy, mark it with the emoji. Let's form together this spiritual current that is awakening now. And remember to leave a like if this message hugged you in any way. This leads to more people finding this content and perhaps receiving exactly what you received now. And if you haven't registered yet, sign up, because what comes next will reveal even more layers of this process, and you won't want to miss it. What if I told you that all the pain you've felt so far had a sacred reason, that the silences you faced, the losses that tore you apart inside, the new beginnings that seemed impossible, none of this was in vain. Nothing you've been through has escaped the gaze of the universe, especially if you carry Scorpio energy within you, because Scorpio did not come into the world to live a light, linear, or predictable life. He came to live each transformation process intensely, even if it means losing everything, including himself, so that he can be reborn with more truth. There is a pain that is different from others, a pain that doesn't just come from life outside, but that pulses in the most intimate part of the soul, a kind of silent mourning for something that you may not even know what it is, but feel, as if he was constantly burying old versions of himself, as if, with each new phase, a part of you needed to die to make way for another. And this death is not light. Scorpio does not experience superficial processes. He feels everything with double intensity. He says goodbye to what he loves with tears that no one sees. He continues forward even when he is whole inside. And still, even with all this, he continues, because something inside him says this all has a purpose, that there is something bigger being gestated, even if he doesn't understand it yet. Scorpio's pain is not visible to ordinary eyes. She is camouflaged by force, for the intense presence, for the ability to pull yourself together. But only those who are Scorpios, or those who have this energy present in their chart, know what it's like to smile with a wounded heart and still carry others in their arms when necessary. Scorpios cross emotional deserts without losing faith. They go through traumas that would destroy other people, but they rise up with a strength that seems to have no end. And why? Because the Scorpio soul was designed to withstand this type of journey. She was spiritually trained to carry codes that other signs would not support. And that is exactly why pain is not a punishment, but a preparation. When a Scorpio suffers, the universe is carving something out of them. Every tear is a lesson. Every loss is a release. Each silence is a space that opens for something new to be born. It does not mean that he deserves to suffer, but rather that there is a mission that requires spiritual resistance. And this is why Scorpio is often misunderstood. He feels more than he shows, keeps more than it reveals. And behind all its intensity, there is a sensitivity so deep that if it were brought out, the world wouldn't know how to deal with it. Scorpio is the sign of healing, but before it can heal, it needs to heal itself. And this process begins with recognizing one's own pain, with the understanding that what he experienced was not a mistake. It was an initiation, a rite of passage, a necessary purification so that he could assume the spiritual role for which he was chosen. It is no coincidence that Scorpio people, or people with Scorpio energy, go through so many endings, so many symbolic deaths, so many situations of rebirth, because it is in rebirth that this sign finds its true strength. It's not about immediate success. It's not about external validation, but in the ability to rebuild yourself, to learn from each fall, to transform pain into wisdom. And the most impressive thing is that, even after everything, Scorpio doesn't close his heart. He may take time to trust again, he may build walls, he may isolate himself, but inside, the soul still beats. He still wants to surrender. He still believes that there is something divine in every connection, and maybe that's why he gives so much of himself when he loves, because he knows the value of what he feels. He knows the weight of pain, and therefore he values love even more. But even when he is betrayed, abandoned, hurt, Scorpio does not lose his essence. It transforms, but does not corrupt itself. He is reborn, but he does not forget. He forgives, but he will never be the same. because each experience is engraved in your soul like a symbol, a reminder that he survived. And now, at this very moment, many Scorpios are experiencing a new cycle of transformation. It's not just any phase, it's a profound turning point, a spiritual restructuring. And if you're here, it's because you're feeling this too. Have you realized that the world is no longer the same? And neither are you. Dreams have changed. Priorities have changed. The people around you are changing. And perhaps this is causing you a certain emptiness, uncertainty, silent fear. But no, this discomfort is the womb of change. It's the contraction before childbirth. It's the dark before the dawn. And even though it hurts, that pain is pushing you in the direction of your spiritual mission. This mission is not simple. Scorpio was marked with an important task: to be the breaking point, the warning sign, the spark of collective rebirth. When everything is about to fall apart, it is the Scorpio soul that holds the line, who is reborn first and then teaches others how to do it. And so, yes, Scorpio's life is more intense, more challenging, but also more powerful, because it accesses levels of consciousness that others only lightly touch. He goes to the bottom of the abyss, not because he wants to, but because he needs to understand what is there. And when it returns, it brings wisdom, brings healing, brings transformation. This is why Scorpios often attract wounded people, because he carries the medicine of the soul. Even without knowing it, he heals with his presence, with his gaze, with his listening. But this same capacity that enchants tires, because it absorbs too much. It feels too much, and you need to constantly purify yourself, collect yourself, die again, to then return with more light. So if you are in a moment of pain right now, if you feel like you are at rock bottom, no. This is the exact point from where Scorpio begins its rise. Pain is not the end. She is the portal. And the more you accept this process, the easier it becomes to go through. Not because the pain disappears, but because you begin to understand that it has a purpose, that she is preparing you. And this realization changes everything, turns despair into delivery, turn fear into strength, turn doubt into faith, not a blind faith, but a felt faith. That comes from within, that grows with each rebirth. That reminds you that you didn't come into the world to just survive. You came to transform. If this message found an echo in your heart, if any part of you felt that it was understood here, if this text seems to have put into words something that you could not explain, I want to invite you now to leave a comment. Write in the comments, "My pain is preparing me." It may seem like a simple phrase, but it carries the truth of this entire journey. And if you are a Scorpio, or if this energy is present in your chart, also add the symbol. Let's show, in the comments, the silent strength of those who are being reborn. Also leave a like if this message spoke to your soul. This makes the content reach those who need it. And if you're not already registered, sign up now. The next video will reveal what comes after this pain, what hides on the other side of rebirth, and I want you with me on this journey. Have you noticed how different the weather seems lately? As if the hours pass erratically, the days blur together, and your mind is more active in the silent dawns when no one is around. And in that stillness, when everything outside finally falls silent, something awakens inside you, an uneasiness that has no name, a chill that appears without explanation, a dream that seems more real than the day's events themselves. This is not random. This is not an invention in your head. It's a sign, and signs don't arrive by chance, especially for those who carry the Scorpio vibration or are immersed in the energy that this sign represents. Scorpio is the sign that inhabits the threshold between the visible and the invisible. He moves in the shadows of the material world with his eyes focused on hidden truths, those that are not said out loud, but that scream in the soul. And now, more than ever, this sensitivity is on high alert. You begin to notice movements that previously went unnoticed, sounds that seem loaded with messages, words that arrive synchronously, numerical patterns that repeat as if someone from above is trying to get your attention, numbers like 1111, 2222, 0333, codes that start to appear when you are thinking about something important or about to make a decision that could change everything. This is not superstition. It's about perception. It is about alignment with the subtle plane, with the higher planes that whisper all the time to those who are willing to listen. Scorpio listens, even if you act skeptical, even if you doubt it, because your soul recognizes the signs even before your mind understands. And when these signs intensify, as they do now in December, it is because a crucial stage of awakening is taking place. You are being invited to step through the veil. Many Scorpios, and people sensitive to Scorpio energy, are reporting intense dreams. Dreams with powerful symbols, with power animals, with repeating scenarios. In many of these dreams, the unconscious itself is trying to reveal what the conscious still resists accepting. Sometimes it's a decision you have to make. Other times, it's a wound you need to heal. And often, it is a spiritual calling that is just waiting for your yes. Pay attention to details, to the faces that appear, to the places you walk, to the messages that seem meaningless, but that, when you wake up, continue to vibrate within you as if they were still there. And it's not just during sleep. The wake also becomes a messaging territory when Scorpio is active. You can feel the presence of someone who is not there, a perfume that comes from nowhere, a breeze that invades the closed environment, a chill that appears even without cold. These phenomena are not there to scare you. They are there to let you know that you are being watched, guided, taken care of, that there is a spiritual intelligence following your steps and trying to align your movements with the greater plan. The Scorpio soul is one of the most spiritually followed in the zodiac, precisely because it carries within it the power of collective transformation, and no one goes through this kind of journey alone. Another very common sign is synchronicity, when certain songs start playing over and over again, as if they are telling your story. When you think about someone and seconds later they appear or send you a message, when you feel like going somewhere for no apparent reason, and when you get there, you find something you needed to see or hear. This is all part of spiritual alignment. It's as if the universe is using every detail around you to confirm that you are on the right path, even if you don't see the final destination yet. But why are these signs intensifying now? Because December is a month in which portals open. It's as if the barrier between the worlds became thinner, more translucent. And for Scorpio, this is a summons. This is when the truths that were hidden begin to emerge. This is when everything that has been ignored demands to be looked at. And signs are the tools that spirituality uses to guide you through this process. What seems small is often a warning in disguise. And the more you connect with your intuition, the faster you begin to realize when something is just a coincidence and when it's a message. But be careful. Ignoring these signs can bring a feeling of stagnation, emotional heaviness, and mental confusion, because the soul has already understood what needs to be done, but the mind is still reluctant. And that's when the body starts to give signals too. Tiredness for no reason, inexplicable pain, insomnia, feeling of carrying the world on your shoulders. All of this could be a reflection of a soul that is trying to speak and is not being heard. Spiritual awakening often begins like this, in discomfort, in the symptom, in the discomfort that insists on getting your attention until you decide to stop and really listen. And if you've made it this far, it's because you're ready to listen. Maybe still scared, maybe still with doubts, but that's it. Because only those who have already crossed the return point listen, those who can no longer live on automatic, who feels, even without understanding, who dreams, even without remembering, who senses it even when no one else notices. And this is the profile of the awakened Scorpio, the one who sees in the dark, who feels what's behind, who trusts silence more than noise, who understands that signs are a language of the soul, not logic. So, from now on, start observing more. Your dreams, your recurring thoughts, the words that impact you the most, the names that appear out of nowhere, the songs that move you for no reason, the unlikely encounters. This is all spiritual material being sent to prepare you, to guide you, to warn you, and if you listen with an open heart, you will realize that you were never alone, that the answers were always around you, that the angels, guides, mentors, whatever you call them, have been speaking to you all along. Scorpio just needs to silence the noise of the world, to finally hear what the universe is saying. And now, I want to make space for you to speak out. If something inexplicable happened to you this month, a dream, a sign, a feeling, an intense feeling, share it in the comments. Write, I received the signal, And if you recognize yourself in this energy, if you are a Scorpio or carry this vibration in your chart, put the symbol in the comments too. Your story may be exactly what someone needs to read today to understand that they are not alone in this process. And if this message touched you in any way, leave a like. This helps the video reach more people who are going through this same awakening. And if you're not yet registered, sign up now, because in the next videos I'll show you how to interpret these signs and turn them into real guides for your spiritual journey. Get ready, because we are just beginning to explore this invisible territory. If you feel like you're going through a phase where everything seems to be falling apart around you, or that life is pushing you forcefully out of areas that previously seemed safe, listen to what I'm going to tell you now very carefully, because this feeling of pressure is not punishment. It is not bad luck. It is not a lack of direction. This is energy in motion, spiritual energy summoning you to a portal of transformation that has already been opened, and that you, whether you want it or not, have already begun to cross. Scorpio, as a fixed water sign and guardian of the depths, has no choice when the call for change comes. He can't stop halfway. He can't deny what he feels. He can't pretend he isn't hearing what the universe is saying. And what the universe is saying now is clear. It can no longer be postponed. Denying this call, resisting this change, trying to continue living as before, is like trying to contain the force of a volcano that is about to explode. It's holding the lava with your own hands. It's asking to be swallowed by your own resistance. And what many people don't realize is that the more you resist, the more painful the process becomes. The pain of transformation does not come from the change itself. It comes from the internal struggle against what should have already been released. It's like carrying a weight that could have already been left on the ground. It's like wearing a mask that no longer fits your face. And Scorpio, when he refuses to change, becomes sick inside. The Scorpio soul was made for cyclical movement, to be born, die, and be reborn. It is the phoenix of the zodiac. But even the phoenix needs to accept that fire is necessary for flight. And if you've been feeling like everything is pulling you inward to review choices, abandon paths, close chapters, know that it's not just up to you. This energy is spreading like an invisible code, a collective vibration that is calling for debugging, cleaning, purification. And the first to feel this are always the most sensitive, those most connected with spirituality, those who did not come into the world just to live, but to transform. Scorpio feels first. Feel stronger. Feel with your body, with your skin, with your blood. Have you ever noticed that the things that used to bring you comfort now bother you? That the people who used to fill you now drain your energy? That old dreams seem to have lost their shine? This is a clear sign that your frequency has changed, and what was once food is now poison. What used to make sense now weighs heavily. This happens because you are no longer the same person. Your soul has already taken the next step, but your mind, your body, your decisions are still trying to hold on to the old version. And this internal disconnection generates symptoms: anxiety, insomnia, excessive tiredness, the feeling of being out of place, of living a life that no longer represents you. Change is happening with or without your consent, and the more you align with it, the smoother it becomes. But if you keep pretending that nothing is happening, life will scream louder. It will take away what you are trying to hold on to. It will push people away. It will create ruptures. Because when the spiritual plane decides that the time has come, there is no ego to hold back. And Scorpio knows this. Somewhere inside, he is already ready. Even if the mind doubts, even if fear paralyzes, the Scorpio soul has already accepted, because she recognizes this portal. She knows she's been through this in other lives, that each rebirth carries a code, a key, a destiny, and now that switch has been turned. There's no more pretending you didn't see it, that he didn't feel, that he didn't understand. Your intuition is sharper than ever. You know what you need to do. He just doesn't know how yet, and that's okay, because spirituality does not demand perfection from you. She demands delivery, availability, opening. You don't need to have all the answers now. You just need to take the first step. And this step may be small, but it needs to be true. It could be turning off your cell phone for a few hours to listen to yourself. It could be saying no to something that has been hurting you for a long time. It could be writing down what you feel on paper, even if no one will read it. The important thing is to move, because stagnation is Scorpio's biggest enemy. The spiritual protection that accompanies this sign is not automatic. It depends on your connection to the truth. When you distance yourself from who you are, you disconnect from the mission. And when you disconnect from the mission, it loses its meaning. Life begins to seem empty, without direction. But as soon as you return to the center, even in the midst of chaos, something clicks. You begin to realize that chaos is just a form of restructuring. That discomfort is the womb of a new identity. That mess is the preparation for order. But this order will not be as it was before. It will come with another form, another vibration, another name. It will come from the new, and the new only arrives when the old is left behind us. This warning is not to scare you. It's to wake you up, because you are about to access a level of consciousness that will completely change the way you see life, people, spirituality, time. And for that, it needs to be light. You need to be willing. You need to be empty of what no longer belongs to you. Scorpio, when in its highest form, is not a sign of control. It is a sign of surrender, from deep surrender to the flow of life, trust in the invisible, of courage to cross the darkness with your eyes closed, trusting that instinct will guide you, that the soul knows the way, that the signs are real, that what needs to arrive will arrive. And if you're feeling this calling, this push of destiny, this feeling that the ground is opening beneath your feet, don't fight it. Drop what needs to drop. Let what no longer has a foundation collapse. Allow yourself to break if necessary, because the break is not the end. It's the beginning of something new, something truer, something more yours. You did not come into the world to live the same standard as always. Came to break cycles, to heal lineages, to open portals. And this is the moment. Now. Not tomorrow. Not in the next moon. Now. If this message is resonating with you, if you feel that I said something that has been pulsing inside for days, weeks, maybe even months, then it's because the time has come, and I want you to confirm this moment with presence, not just for me, but for yourself. In the comments, write, "I accept going through this portal." This phrase is not just symbolic. She has strength. She declares. It activates. And if you feel that this energy is yours, if it is Scorpio, or if this sign touches important points in your chart, also add the symbol. Let's show the strength of those who are rising in the midst of pain, doubt, chaos. Your comment may be a trigger of courage for another soul who is about to give up. And if this message helped you, leave a like. This makes it reach those who need to hear it now. And if you're not registered yet, sign up, because in the next video, I'm going to show you how to cross this portal with awareness, with clarity, with confidence. It's not over yet. The journey is just beginning, and you don't want to go through this alone. So now that you've felt each layer of this message on your skin, now that the words have touched spaces inside you that perhaps you didn't even know were still alive, you need to understand. None of this is just content. This is a right. This is a calling. This is a reunion between your soul and what it came to accomplish. What you've experienced up until now, what you've cried in silence, what you've endured without knowing if you could handle it, all of this has been preparing the ground for this moment. You are not watching this video by chance. You are here because your energy has already been summoned before you even press play. And now, with this portal open before you, there is no turning back. Your transformation has begun. Even if you don't realize it right away, there is something inside you that has already been touched. Something that woke up. And that's why you felt so much throughout this video. Because it wasn't just words. There were activations. Every sentence, every pause, every truth said here aligned you with the frequency of your rebirth. And that's why this moment cannot go unnoticed. It needs to be sealed. It needs to be established on the spiritual plane. It needs to be ritualized with awareness and intention. Spirituality moves through consciousness, and everything you recognize expands. Everything you honor with presence grows in energy. That's why right now I want to invite you to something simple but profound. A gesture, a symbol, a confirmation. Not just for me, not just for the algorithm, but for yourself, to your field, for your soul. If you felt that this message spoke directly to you, if something pulsed in you differently, if there were tears, sighs, goosebumps, understanding, write now in the comments, "I accept my transformation." This phrase has a power that goes beyond the rational. She is a commitment. It is a spiritual key that opens invisible doors. It represents your choice to continue with courage, even without knowing exactly what lies ahead. Because this is how Scorpio goes through life, guided by intuition, moved by the invisible, transformed by the truth. And by writing this sentence, you seal one cycle and start another. You send a signal to the universe saying, I am ready, I am awake, I take on what I came to be. And if you are a Scorpio, or if this energy is part of you in some way, whether in your chart, in your processes, or in your wounds, also leave the symbol in your comment. This creates a current. This strengthens our spiritual community. This shows that we are not alone, that there are others awakening at the same time, that this journey is collective, even though it is lived in a different way, the intimate. And if you know someone who is also going through this moment of rupture, of pain, of rebirth, share this video. Maybe this person needs exactly these words to not give up, to recognize themselves, to remember that there is purpose even in the most silent suffering. Like this video if it spoke to your soul. This gesture, besides being simple, helps this message reach other people who need it as much as you needed it. Because this channel is not just a place to talk. He is an altar. It is a temple where your truth is respected, where your pain is validated, where your rebirth is celebrated. And if you haven't registered yet, sign up now. Not only to continue following, but to be part of this spiritual current that is forming here. Each new video is a new layer of awakening. Every piece of content here isn't entertainment. It's initiation. In the next video, we will dive into the Capricorn prophecy, and you need to be there, because what will be revealed can connect all the dots that are still loose within you. And even if you are not a Capricorn, even if this sign is not directly in your chart, what will be said will serve as a mirror, because archetypes are not just in signs, they live within us, in our phases, in our rituals, in our spiritual stations. And Capricorn carries a truth that few are ready to hear, but which now needs to be revealed, because the time of revelation has arrived. And this revelation changes everything. If you've come this far to the end of this journey with me, that already says a lot about you. It shows that your soul is ready, that your consciousness is awakened, and that you are in tune with something greater. And for that reason, I want to make a direct invitation to you, from soul to soul. Subscribe to the channel now. This is just the beginning of something much deeper that we will explore together. Each video here was created as a spiritual portal, and by subscribing, you are part of this chain of transformation that never stops growing. Now, I want to know who really walked with me until the end. If this is your case, comment below. I went all the way and something in me changed. This phrase is an energetic confirmation, a seal of your delivery, and a powerful way for you to affirm to the universe that you are committed to your evolution. And of course, if this video touched your heart, leave a like now. Not only because it helps the channel, but because this simple gesture sends a clear message to the algorithm. More people need to feel what you felt here today. And before you leave, there's something special waiting for you. The next video is already appearing here on the left side of your screen. Click on it now. It is the continuation of your journey. And I tell you, what comes next will give you goosebumps. It will show you what the Capricorn sign carries as a mission in this new era. And maybe that's exactly what you need to hear today. We meet there.